Hello. My name is Ian. With me, as always, is Sean, the bartender extraordinaire.
Right. Hi everyone. We're also, of course, we're streaming live on the you know what? I forgot. We're using Restream on Twitch and YouTube. So hi.
Hello. Welcome, everybody. I'm going to try to watch the comments if there is any tonight.
I also tried to bring those up, although I probably should bring up Twitch and YouTube, but I didn't. My bad. But yeah, excellent. So this week next week we have a musical guest. This week we don't. So after we taste our beers, we're going to do a little trivia and challenge each other to what we tried to teach each other about beer and alcohol last year, and see if any of that stuck at all. And we're gonna.
I feel like you'll do all right on my little quiz. I wasn't trying to beat you up too bad.
I'm nervous.
Yeah.
I hope it goes well.
It should go well. You should
see.
It won't be like Canoe where you'll be fired.
That's a relief. Because this is a terrible job. They finished my pre-show coffee here.
Yeah. Don't do the Philadelphia Eagles on me here.
So, I guess before we taste the beers, what style of beer are we doing this week?
We have double IPAs, or Imperial, also known as Imperial IPAs. So
I didn't realize that actually was the same thing.
It is the same thing.
Glad that's not a question.
So it wouldn't be now.
Excellent. All right. So I already kind of snuck a peek, obviously, because they're in front of me, and they're on the wall behind me.
Yeah.
But so we have a local one, and then at least a U.S. classic from Stone, who those guys have been making IPAs for a while. So, and I did take the photo correctly. It is supposed to be upside down.
It is upside down.
You'd actually have to flip it over to read it right, but we'll get into that hopefully in a minute. Are you ready to start?
I think so. I'm trying to get it to where I can see the comments, but then I see Sean is not as
surely. And why does my phone have to? Oh, because I have Twitch on, so it's updating me on Twitch as well. Excellent. Technology is so wonderful. All right. Well, I am ready when you are. And see, Gate City out of Roswell. Always.
Yes. Okay.
Lovely.
Sorry. Yes, Gate City out of Roswell. Well, actually, let's first talk about what double IPAs are, or Imperial IPAs. Sorry, I zoned off there for a second. I'm just trying to make sure I can see some comments. How's everybody doing out there? All right. So, what a double IPA is basically it's very much an American style. What has been brought to us. It's usually in the 7 to 9% range of ABV, and it's usually double or triple, even in some cases, the hops, and then of course a lot more malts to balance that. So you get the sugars, which of course create the alcohol. In some cases there's a longer fermentation time, or even time in the kettle. But yeah, it's just basically an amped up IPA is what it is. So the first one we are trying, sorry, Sean.
Oh no, that's fine.
Is the Gate City OTP. Yeah, you know me. And if you're from Atlanta, you know what OTP means. Sean,
Other Turtles property.
Yes.
Outside of the perimeter, which basically means you're not in the city proper. You're an outlier or outrider.
You're outside of, and the perimeter is the I-285 circle that goes around town. And I think it's what's funny about the thing that OTP, Gate City is very much OTP. It feels like it's a completely, you kind of go into two different worlds, or when you do that, when you go inside and outside the perimeter. Definitely culturally.
Kind of a hazy amber.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. It smells almost a little sweet.
Yeah, it's got some pineapple on it.
Like the hops are there, but it doesn't seem too scary.
We've got Angie watching us.
Aw.
I see her. Hello, Angie.
Just say yes, drinks. Hi, Angie. Angie needs to come on too.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
It's got some bitterness to it.
It's got some, but it's pretty balanced.
So this one is 8%. It's got 99 IBUs, so it's got some sting to it.
Weird. So
tiny.
I mean, I get the bitterness for sure, but I feel like it's much more tamped down by like some of the residual malt in here.
Yeah.
I mean, really, where the bitter comes in is like right at the back of your palate. It kind of like it just stings for a second.
Mm-hmm. It like amps up. It like spikes up and then just drops off.
Yeah. This is not. I'm not as scared as when you initially told me that this was 99 IBUs, because IBUs are the bitterness units, and it's out of 100. So.
But then the malts balance it out. It's the bitterness is there, but there's some sweetness as well.
Right, and hops doesn't technically mean what makes it bitter, because a stout can be bitter. Yeah. So, I usually do mix the two, but this is all right. Yeah, it's bitter, but it's a very palatable.
Some tropical notes to it. Some pineapple.
Andrea said she'd love to come on, so that's a contract. You all saw it. It's in the comments. Angie works with us, by the way, at Canoe, and she's also a fellow artist and creator, and she should come on.
Come off and show off your wares.
Or like a Tupperware party?
Yeah, we could do that. Who's selling Tupperware?
Actually,
do we know someone?
We probably should do a glassware episode, and I feel like we're going to go down a really droll path for a beer tasting show. But at some point, we actually probably should look more at glassware just to kind of talk about it.
We could do a wine show and talk about,
wow,
the difference between like a Riedel.
The bubbles on this guy, man.
Mm-hmm.
Woo.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it. It's good. It's it's maintaining its head.
Mm-hmm. Even in my little disposable
the head keeps going. Glass. The head keeps going.
Right.
Gotta like that.
Stop it.
I don't know where I set my can.
All right, Gate City. I am pleasantly surprised by their version of a high bitter double IPA. This is good. Now, this is also like I can have 1.5 of these.
Yeah.
Which is scary because I'm basically going to be having 2.5 tonight. But hey, it's a Friday.
Yeah.
We just gotta. That's what he said.
Mm-hmm.
So, head for days.
We'll take it. We'll take it.
Can I spread that out over like a week? Wait a minute.
All right.
No, never mind. My mind is traveling. I'm like, is that why they're called? The band is called Dirty Heads.
Dirty Heads, yeah.
I always thought it was referring to like weed, but then I realized I could actually be referring to groupies. Mm-hmm. I'm learning as I drink beer, guys.
All right.
That is, yeah. I'm still very pleased by this.
You're still on that one, huh?
There's so much extra sweetness on the end. Like it's worth diving back in just to get a little extra. It's the Doritos effect. The flavor fades away, but you want to go back and have more.
Or what does Chef call it? The unami.
Like umami? Or
umami. Yeah, that's what it is.
Oh, okay.
All right.
I guess it could
be.
Well,
let's
all right.
Talk about the Stone. Oh. Am I upside down? No, I'm not, because they put the label upside down. So this is the Fear Movie Lions, FML, and this is a double IPA from Stone. Stone's kind of a bigger name out of California. They also are in Richmond, Virginia. I'm afraid I've been jumping this one up and down and around. You know what? I'm gonna get a different one.
Oh, you've been bouncing that around.
Yes.
Well, mine was just fine.
I can almost feel it's like ready to just blow all over me.
Wow.
We're
back on that line of thought. So for beer, it says right on there, an unfiltered double IPA.
Yeah.
This is actually a little bit clearer than the last one. Not by much, but definitely like I can see through this.
And this one's got definitely more of a golden color to it as well.
Yeah. I mean, it's still on the slightly darker, but yeah, it's not quite as amber as the other one. Not quite. It's still in that vein.
I don't know. I feel it's definitely got.
So this smells hoppy, man.
I'm gonna go with a little more of the orange amber on the Stone.
Oh yeah.
Definitely a richer color to it, and the nose is definitely very aromatic.
Yes, for sure. Much more floral. I mean, actually, on the same deal for the head on this. Like it's thick. It's not going away.
It's almost like it comes up. Mm-hmm. This one.
Wow. All right, here we go.
And this one's 8.5%, and the IBUs on this is 60.
It doesn't taste as hoppy as it smells, for sure.
Yeah.
It's much lighter in hoppiness, but also just like body wise, this is a pretty light body feeling beer.
There's something else that I'm trying to place. It's almost like a spice, some kind of spice or chalk or gravel or dirt almost that I'm getting, you know? Like a rich soil almost.
Like an unwashed nectarine.
Yeah, like a soil to it.
Yeah,
or
it's like
dirt to
like
it.
a little bit of like this of that sort of earthy skin taste, a little bit of
like peach fuzz.
Peach fuzz, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's the kind of bitter hit. This is unique.
Yeah. This is good. And give me a can, and they talk about, like I was reading about this one, it was a little bit like this is one that they kept trial and error with this and kept, experimenting with it. And this is what they've come up with. And, after so many errors, I guess that's why they come up with this name for the beer.
Well, didn't you say this was also printed somewhere on their lot or in their warehouse? The FML?
I don't think so.
Oh,
maybe it is.
That's what you're telling me. I might have been misremembering what you were telling me earlier today, but
in their warehouse,
or like somewhere on their grounds that like this is just posted or printed somewhere.
From Stone?
No, we talked about because it was like the Fear Movie Lions. And I was like, I guess that I thought you were saying that was one of their things. I could have been trolling the internet too.
I'm not
what
sure.
up, Forrest?
Huh?
Did one of the dudes from Voltage Shed.
Yeah,
so we're doing next week.
Next week.
Save me one of those beers for next week.
We got one for you. We'll put one in there. Sitting in the fridge.
Absolutely.
Maybe it's right side up. Maybe it's upside down. You'll just have to find out.
Oh, yeah, so this is starting to hit me now.
Yeah. This one's got some kick.
These are big boys.
Forrest, we got some mini beer pong here too for you next week too. It fits right on my bar.
Because next week is for anyone that didn't know, is we're doing a CD release party for Voltage Head. Or they're doing their CD release party with us. Would probably be a better way to phrase it.
Yeah.
And it's their new drummer's birthday. And last time, I think it was Sean, one of the Sean's birthdays. So
someone's birthday.
It was someone's birthday. It's been a while, and there's been a lot of beers since then.
Yeah.
So we're gonna try to make it as special as possible. Maybe incorporate some shot pong. Is that what you're having?
We could do shot pong. Is what I was thinking.
Shot pong. Shot pong. Some new shots. The old shot that we made just for Voltage Head will make a reappearance.
Yeah.
It'll be a good time. Plus music. Plus live music. It'll be great. It was Danny's birthday last time. Excellent.
Here we go.
The other non-Sean.
Shot pong.
Is that on a bar mat?
Yeah, it is.
Nice.
And
wise too.
Huh? And the glasses, like, there's the way that it's cut is they fit just perfect in there. The little solo shot glasses. So, shot pong next week.
Oh goodness, this is gonna be crazy.
We're gonna get fucking crazy next week,
right?
Mike.
So,
speaking of shots,
exactly
Q&A time.
This. So this
Q&A time or Q&A time?
I mean, if the public asks for it, I'll give them what they want, and by that I mean I'll put my zipper back up. Because no one's asking for that.
Very good.
But so as I mentioned at the top of the show, we try to bring up a lot of facts, like IBUs is something that we finally incorporated, just talking about beers in the show. And you normally have something about the style of beer that we're drinking, and I try to have something about the alcohol of the cocktails that we have on the show, the spirits. So this week, I thought it would be nice to bring up some of those old facts and to challenge each other to a game of knowledge and alcohol. That being, we will give each other some questions, and if one of us gets our given question right, the asker takes a shot. If we get it wrong, you take a shot. And we each have a few questions for ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that being said, a little trivia before we get started.
Oh.
A shot, standard in size, is 1.5 ounces or 44 milliliters. And there are different stories for what shots are or how that came to be through history. I want to say, I'm forgetting the, Reverend Olivier Haywood is the first written documented reference to a shot as a drink. And I had it pulled up, the quote from his book. It was actually his autobiography. And it says, "Their vain way of drinking shots." And at that point in time, shots were referred to partly as your bar tab. This was kind of the first reference of taking that as slang and calling the actual drinks they were drinking shots. There are lots of other references to it. This would have been in the late 1600s. So this is pre-Old West stories of shots being called shots because they were exchanged for a bullet.
Got some of that right here.
Could be true.
Shots
probably
right
not.
out of the
And there's
gun.
no actual recorded, documented evidence for that being done. But who knows? I mean, if you could give away a bullet and get a shot, Guns for Booze program sounds pretty great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But so that's our little shot history lesson. And without further ado, Ian, would you like to ask the first question?
Well, actually, let's talk about what we'll be shooting if we are, and what the rules of the game is. Surely.
Yeah, I kind of briefly glossed over the rules of the game. Mm-hmm. But we shall go back and forth, asking each other questions. You about beer to me, mm-hmm. and myself to liquor or cocktails to you. And if I ask you a question and you get it right, I take a shot. If you get it wrong, you take a shot. And that applies to both of us. whoever's asking the question and answering.
Mm-hmm.
I have Luna Azul tequila. I don't drink a lot of tequila. It's not my favorite. I do like it in cocktails, but I don't drink it neat. So I have, this was a silver or blanco tequila when I bought it. It's been aging on a oak stave that I used to use to age rum, rum punch specifically. So this is now darker than an añejo, but so it looks good. I have Kettle One cucumber mint vodka.
There you go.
I like Kettle One. I don't like this vodka.
Why would they make a cucumber mint?
Because a lot of, como se dice, Karens?
They
like
ask
that,
for that shit?
in cocktail. Oh, can you muddle some cucumber and mint? Just do like soda water and vodka. And you know what? It's not a bad combination overall. I just don't like it in this vodka.
No.
That's why it's this full, and I've had it for like 2 years. And finally, last but not least, I have the OG Jeppson's Malort
Yeah.
sitting over here. And anyone that knows Malort, it's pretty ferocious.
It's going to make your asshole pucker.
That's a permanent situation. But yes, some version of that is where I'm at. So Ian, what do you have for yourself?
Well, I'm not too big on the really sweetie pie drinks and stuff like that. So I've decided to break out the Veil vodkas that I've got. So I've got an assortment of flavored vodkas in front of me. So I've got, and I'm going to let Sean pick which one I have to drink when it's time to drink. So I've got raspberry, I've got cherry, I've got peach, pineapple, caramel, citron, pear, and then I've got a grapefruit and rose. And then I've also got back here, if he really wants to get hardcore, I've got a peach moonshine from Granddaddy Mims. I've got an apple brown Betty moonshine, and then I've also got a blueberry moonshine.
I'm just writing down what I want you to drink.
Okay. You already know, huh?
I do. I know.
I'm not going to drink all 3 moonshines, all right? You get 1 moonshine. How about that?
2. How about 2? Because you said we had to do 4 questions each.
That's a lot.
That's
a lot of fucking moonshine. This stuff is.
I know. I brought out the Malort, okay? And
yeah, but that's not 50% alcohol.
No, it
could be, huh?
It's not.
All right.
The stuff I make for Canoe is.
Yeah.
All right. So we wrote 4 questions. My initial idea was doing 3 apiece.
Okay.
But maybe we'll save one question for post show. We'll see.
Maybe. Yeah. There you go.
To me, it kind of depends on how poorly or well we do, because I don't want to die on camera.
Hopefully, we're each only taking 4.
Right. Well, because technically, if someone gets all their questions wrong and the other person gets all right, then one person is doing 6 to 8 shots.
Let's be careful with that.
Right. So like a tap out, just.
Yeah. Because we have a 10 o'clock meeting tomorrow. Remember that? We just got a text about that.
Like, oh, you're drinking 2 double IPAs and then you're doing shots? That sounds...
Yeah.
Sounds like a situation for a younger version of Sean.
Yeah. But we're not, so let's go for it.
All right,
who's going first? Do you want to flip a coin for it? Pick a number? Yeah. How can we decide this?
I mean, I'm good either way, so... That's a lot of dead air.
I know.
How about you? How about you answer first?
Ask the first question or answer first?
Yes.
All right. Read your question, Sean.
Angie actually texted me. Dude, you're on the chat, Angie. They humble.
There you go.
All right. In a previous episode, we covered Long Islands. the Long Island iced tea specifically. And the one that we all know and love was invented, I believe, it was invented in the 80s as part of a triple sec competition. However, there was an earlier version of the Long Island. Can you name either the state or the city that it came from?
I know the state was Tennessee. And I want to say it was Bristol or Johnson City. Am I? What's the answer?
No, you got Tennessee right. Kingsport.
Okay. Kingsport. That is actually very close to both those cities.
Sure.
I think Kingsport is actually right next to Johnson City. But,
we talked about this before the show.
Yes.
I am actually much worse at geography than Ian is. So I'm like, fudge if I know, man.
So who wins the thing? You said...
So that means you got the question right, because I said either this or that. So I assumed I'd be doing at least a shot of Malort, but if you'd like to pick which thing I do first.
Take whatever. You don't have quite the assortment that I do, so...
well, I'm going to do the tequila first, because that actually scares me the most. I've had a lot of Malort in my life.
There you go.
Probably more than tequila, actually.
You have to do every one of them at least once. Well, I don't know, unless you win.
I have a feeling I'm not gonna. I am doing the full 1.5 ounce shot as previously lectured.
All right.
It's actually picked up a lot of the spiciness. I actually do want to just taste it a little bit before I. It's picked up some of the spiciness, very faintness of the rum taste, and actually is dry, like dry tasting. So. Cheers, everyone.
All right. Yeah. All right.
It's good. All right. Ask away, sir.
All right. So here's one. And I feel like we talked about this maybe more than once, actually, during the last year. All right. What are the two major styles of beer, and what's the difference?
Ales and lagers.
There you go.
And the major difference is their temperature at which they are fermented.
Mm-hmm.
Lagers are a cold fermentation or bottom fermentation beer, and ales are a top fermentation beer. So warmer, but being still roughly 76 degrees-ish, if I remember correctly.
There you go. Well,
yeah,
55 to 72, I think it is, something like that. And then the lagers are like 30 to 40 or 52 or something like that.
I didn't realize it could go as low as 50. Cool.
Yeah. There you go.
All right.
Very good. Very good.
God, I was scared, man.
I was like, I made it kind of college essay style, though, didn't I?
Right. I think we both were like, what's the hardest part of life when we were asked questions? College. I would like you to do the caramel vodka.
Oh. All right. The Veil caramel.
Right.
So that's one with the question right there is where is this vodka made?
Is it technically made or just bottled? But it's wait, is that a question? Are you asking me a question?
Made and bottled. No, that's not an official question. Produced and bottled. Yeah.
Minnesota.
There you go. Don't you know?
I do know. But that you've mentioned like 6 times, either on the show or before and after the show.
Yeah, and it's just
I don't know. Every time I come over, have you seen this?
Fucking, and they do an assortment. Like I've got their gingerbread fucking vodka back here. Right, caramel vodka. Yeah, I knew you were going for that one. Oh, it smells like butterscotch.
I bet it does. That sounds terrible. No offense to the fine people at Vale Spirits and such. But caramel vodka.
It's not too bad.
Wow.
That's actually. You know, you could add this to like an apple teeny, and you would get the caramel apple. I bet with that, because it's more of a round.
Okay, stop enjoying it. Stop enjoying it.
Stop enjoying it. Yeah, that's not that. That wasn't too bad. Yeah, like I was expecting like a big sweet punch of like a caramel schnapps or something like that, or butter shots, buttery nipple kind of thing. Oh, what a terrible drink that is.
All right. You ready for round 2?
All right.
Okay. On the absinthe episode, I talked about the minimum qualifications for something to be called an absinthe. There are 2 ingredients that something has to be, and this is actually referring to a Czech, not a French. So the more bastardized version.
Okay.
But there are 2 things that have to be in there, or it has to be considered an absinthe. What are those 2 things?
And that was we talked about this before we drank the absinthe.
We did. We did, because I had my whole like illustrated history of absinthe book.
I know wormwood is one.
Correct.
Wormwood is one. The other one is gonna get me.
It would actually. It would get you. It would get anyone who drank it as a hint. Why am I helping you?
Is it? It's not the laudanum, is it?
Nope.
Okay. Wormwood and I'm not gonna get it. Damn it.
It's how about this? It's technically not an ingredient. It's just what it is. Which would make it an ingredient, but it's also a
I guess alcohol?
Yeah. There you go.
All right. I figured that was a given. That that's in any.
So should I? Well, technically, it's a specific thing, but can you be more specific about alcohol in general?
What do you mean, like more specific?
So it has to have alcohol, but it can't be like a beer.
Oh, it has to be a grain alcohol, or you got me. Yeah. You win this one. You win this one.
It has to be a high proof alcohol.
Oh, high proof. Okay, so like a bitter style. Yeah.
Yeah, essentially.
Yeah.
We're talking like 140.
So how do we determine this one? Who's the winner of this one?
Well, if you're saying that you didn't get the question, then I won and you take a shot.
All right, I'll take the shot. What do you got for me?
I was trying to figure out if this would be good or bad, because we use a vodka like this at work. So the grapefruit rose. Okay.
See, and I have a feeling this one is not going to be like sweet in any way. So
Kettle makes the grapefruit rose, and we use that at a house cocktail at Canoe. So it's one of those like that one actually tastes really good, and I thought it would taste bad. So I don't know. I was kind of on the fence.
So far, the vodkas that I've drank from this company though have been pretty good. So,
all right,
we'll see what they got. I'll save a little splash for you since technically the airline bottles are 50 milliliters, so they are actually a little bit more.
So it's a little bit more than a shot. Mm-hmm. Save a tiny bit for me to drink.
I got
mix
you.
it in a bowl.
Got you. How about that? How does that work for you?
That's perfect. I'll bring like a big gulp with me tomorrow, and we'll just mix them all in.
We'll side by side it with. You should side by side it with the kettle. That's what you should do.
That's not a bad idea. Bottoms up, sir.
This isn't going to be like what's the Eddie's grapefruit?
Oh yeah. Well, I mean that stuff's good.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, like I like it.
I'm getting drunk already. Look at this. That one's not very sweet. Whoa.
Yeah, okay. Interesting.
So that's definitely about the that grapefruit rind and rose. Like that's a mixing vodka right there.
Yeah.
That's like grandma's perfume right there. Woof.
All right. Yeah, right. I had to do that after the tequila. All right, you got a question for me?
Mm-hmm. All right. What is the name of the city and region that Pilsners come from? And I want more specific than I'll even give you the country, the Czech Republic.
Well, I know it's Czech Republic, yeah.
So I want the specific like state or region that it's in.
It comes from Prague. Right?
No, that is not correct.
Oh no. I might stall for another 20 seconds, but and it's really just because.
All right, good.
Pilsner
This
Urquell.
one of mine. Good.
Pilsner Urquell does come from Prague, right?
No.
Oh, it doesn't.
Mm-mm.
Shazbot. Yeah, and yeah, it was probably one of those things that'll be like, oh yeah, you've heard that several times, but I do not remember.
All right,
Lay it on me. I don't remember.
So the name of the town is Pilsen, which the beer is named for. And the name of the region is Bohemia. So they refer to it as a Bohemian style Pilsner.
Pils. Ouch. Ouch. I think I'm. I think
go for the Malort. Oh no!
All right, that's fine. That's
yeah,
fine.
there. Go for the Malort.
Malort,
you did bomb that one. You did bomb that.
That was awful. Bit. I mean, I knew it was Czechoslovakia,
yeah,
Czech Republic, but
and that's why I gave you that answer.
Because you knew I knew.
Of course, you knew that one. That's something we have at the menu at Canoe. If you didn't know that,
that's true. Wow, is there actually? There's like a little bit of sugar residue in the bottom of the cap.
Nice.
Jepson Malort has the aroma and full-bodied flavor of an unusual botanical. Its bitter taste is savored by two-fisted drinkers.
There you go. Two-fisted.
Right. Well, that's a category for when Safe Search is off. It's good. It's good. Oh, I'm gonna cry. Woof.
All right.
Ooh, hit the sinuses though. All right.
So I'm ready for your question.
The linger on it. It has been a little while since I've actually done a full shot of Malort.
But you challenge everybody to it all the time. There you go. That's perfect.
So, also kind of a two-parter.
Okay.
If you could briefly give me the origin of the cocktail name Harvey Wallbanger? And it's somewhat, what is its primary loathed ingredient?
Well, I know the loathed ingredient is Galliano.
Correct.
And the Harvey Wallbanger is a drink they would make for... It was made for a man who would come in and he would leave banging out out the walls, like on his way out. Is that what you're looking for?
You got like 90% of the story. I'm surprised you didn't just include the one part that is very obvious about it.
The man's name is Harvey.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
the Wallbanger's name was Harvey.
Yeah.
Yep. That's it. I think supposedly in Seattle or Oregon. I can't remember.
Okay.
But yeah.
I didn't know that, but I do know Galliano is that. So
yes.
Galliano. Something about Galliano is it comes in a very unusual bottle. It looks like you could use it as a dildo if you're really into it, but it's big. It's big. Anyway, it's got a very unusual look to it. It's one of those. Yeah, you also include that in. Isn't it in the Screaming Orgasm?
You know, I haven't made one in a long time. It's also in a Yellowbird.
Yeah.
I know that.
Sean hasn't made a Screaming Orgasm in a long time.
Well. You're a monster.
Yes, sorry. But yeah, and it's got...
No, when you say made, I feel... No.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. I like to just fake it every once in a while and scream it out.
Hey, self-care is a thing.
Yes. But anyway, yeah. So it's got like a butteriness to it, like a creaminess, or like it's almost like buttered popcorn flavored. Yeah.
Also named for a French lieutenant.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Which is probably what I should have asked.
Yeah, you should have asked that one.
I'm gonna go for the kettle, if that's all right.
All right, yeah, it's time for that one.
I think my brain hurts. I think my brain is starting to hurt.
I think this is gonna be rough night here. Glad I got the Sprite chilled in here.
So you get to ask the next question, right?
Yep.
Because we're on round 3 or finishing round 3. Yeah, we're gonna do the fourth questions off air. I don't think I can. I don't think I can hang.
All right. See, and I was struggling on how many of these that I should have you name, so I came to give me 7 styles of hops. And this is a question we've talked about well over 7.
I'm hosed.
Like I was gonna get you 10 at first.
7?
But 7. I'm gonna go with 7.
What? You're like when you're like, hey, I have some 2-part questions. Is that cool? Oh, I have a 7-part question.
This is a. You should be able to name. You haven't even named one yet. Citra. There you go.
Cascade.
I'm gonna write them down. Hold on.
Okay.
All right. Citra, Cascade.
Mosaic.
I think you'll do better than you think. That's why I originally went with 10. That's why I'm giving you only 7. Citra, Cascade, Mosaic. Mosaic is one that I talk about a lot. There's another one that I talk about a lot. There's another one that's one of my... There's 2 that are my ultimate favorites. Mosaic is one, and this other one is another one. it comes and goes. You see a lot of beers made just singly with this specific hop. That's why I specifically didn't name any of the hops in the beers tonight as well. Although you named, you got one of them from tonight's beers.
Oh, damn it, Gate City, you're no help.
You're going for the cans.
It actually says Labradoodle on here. That's not, I don't think it's a kind of hop, is it?
No.
Labradoodle hops. But what about Sweetwater? The other G20?
There you go. There you go. Well.
No?
G20, no.
That's not actually what they called the hops that they fucking used. Oh, come on. I am so disappointed in myself for just all the times we've gone to breweries and they talk about the hops and they show us the bags of hops.
I figured you would be. That's why that's why I originally started with 10. And you've gotten 3.
Well, this probably should have been a starting question and not an ending question.
Oh, yeah? Well,
I'm going to sip on my shot of kettle as we... It's so cucumber. It's mostly cucumber. It's like drinking liquid cucumber. And I like cucumbers. But, okay. Come on, brain. Indio?
Indio?
Isn't that
I'm going to look it up. I've got them all right here, so.
The kettle's working. All right, fine.
I don't see an Indio.
Is there an Astra?
Listen,
am I just like fucking close?
You're just like coming up with stuff. Astra?
I'm just trying to think of things
close
that like...
to, though. I feel like you're close to one.
There probably should be a time limit on this.
See, once I start naming some of them off, you're going to be like, God damn it.
I mean, yeah, I know, because I've heard so many of these names so many times before.
And I've described a lot of the flavors of the hops. That's why I was like, I like this hop because it's this way, and this hop because it's this way.
I mean, Citra I can remember because it's citrusy. Like, that's why it came to the top of my head.
Citrusy and piney. Yeah.
A 7-part question. I don't like you.
All right. I didn't mean it. It was more of just a, I don't know.
Right. Should I be able to name 7 styles of hops? Yes.
I think so.
Has my phone been buzzing because like the 4 people that are watching are going like, here's some answers, but my phone doesn't light up, so I can't actually look at the screen.
They're giving you answers.
But thank you, whoever is texting me right now. I appreciate it. You're wonderful and you're very well intentioned.
You ready for me to give you some?
Would it be possible for you to give me some that somehow would lead me to maybe one of the other ones I haven't said?
Probably not. I don't think so.
But,
just because of the way the names are and that.
All right, fine. I don't know. Lay a couple on me.
So, Amarillo hops. We've
Sounds
definitely
familiar.
talked about them before. They've got kind of a smoky quality to them. We also have the El Dorado hops, which are kind of, we haven't talked about them, okay. Galaxy hops are one of my favorite hops.
Yep.
You mentioned Simcoe hops are another one.
Oh, yeah.
Going through a couple of these here that we've talked about before.
And I've homebrewed before. Like, I've purchased hops.
And there's so many more now that it's like, that it's not quite, there's new strain of hops that come out all the time. So there's Mount Hood hops, there's Mount Rainier hops, there is the Nugget hops, which are a big ones now. The
That's not even fair. That's Nug hops. All right. What's my penalty? I
Simcoe hops. We talked about those. Columbus hops. Summit
you've given
hops.
me a lot of extra time.
Yeah. Whatever you can pick, whatever you want. Pick your penalty for that one.
Can I do a shot of beer?
It's got to be more than a shot of beer, though.
All right, hold on.
It's got to be like chugging a beer, kind of.
Let me finish my last one.
Warrior hops, Willamette hops.
I'm gonna be honest.
If you would have named five, I might have bared with you. But
sure,
you got three.
Sure. I'm honestly, I'm trying to weigh my options. So, like another shot of vodka and finishing the Gate City.
Maybe, yeah.
I think I'm gonna go for finishing the Gate City.
Okay.
It burns. It burns us.
So we each have one question left, then.
Yes, and we're actually nearing the hour mark because we've managed to.
We made it, huh? With two beers.
Pull this out.
Do you want to just do the last two on the last and kill it to an hour?
All right.
Finish you off live on. Although I think you will get this last question I have for you. But your question is coming first.
Yep.
Look at you. What's the Quinn? Not even fair at this point, huh?
Okay. What specific type of whiskey is used in the original Colonel Pepper Old Fashioned?
I'm pretty sure it's rye whiskey. Am I wrong?
Final answer.
I'm gonna say yes.
It is a high rye bourbon.
High rye bourbon. Okay. All right, you got me.
Oh, thank God.
Look at that. You're like, yeah. All right. What do you have me do?
I'm gonna die. I would like you to do the apple whatever moonshine.
The apple brown Betty.
Yeah, that's the one.
Moonshine.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I'm preparing my shot.
Oh, great.
Maybe we'll go out together, or I'll have to do two. Although I'm doing a moonshine shot. Well, this one's not a big hefty one. So,
all right, lay it on me. What's your last question?
My last question is, what was the reason why they had Oktoberfest and I won't make you name the. I won't make you just. What's the reason? What's the reason why there's an Oktoberfest? And what is the traditional style of beer now known called?
So it was the Oktoberfest as a celebration happened. Ever write an essay like and just the first part of the essay is just restating the like this?
No, okay. So here's how I originally wrote it.
No. So it's for the wedding of the monarch. I want to say Prince Ludwig.
Yeah, it's Prince Louis. Yeah.
Okay.
Ludwig or Louis? I've heard of both.
Well, he was German, so not Louis because that's French.
Mm-hmm.
And Germans and French, there's some animosity, different parts of history. Okay, so it was the wedding. So the wedding, and it was like stretched on for like longer than it was supposed to, and they just kept drinking.
Yeah.
The style of beer is a Marzen.
There you go. There you go.
Named for the month that they start making it in, which is March.
Bonus points on that too.
They
there
drink
you go.
in the later part of the year.
There you go, Sean. There you go. Finishing strong.
Right? That's how I do. Oh. That evens us out, doesn't it?
I think so.
Nice. Go
Good
us
questions.
or me. Or
Good questions from both sides, actually, I think.
That was so okay, I need to do some research on hops.
Yeah.
Look up hops. Exclamation point. Next week, we were going to be live.
Well, you didn't tell me what my other shot was going to be.
With Voltage Head. As I'm pimping the rest of the things that are happening, I would like you to do the pineapple vodka.
Oh, I knew you were going to give me the pineapple. I was hoping you'd give me the
I wrote
raspberry.
peach and pineapple.
I was hoping you'd give me the raspberry so I'd give you the Lone Star joke, but
no one gives me the raspberries. Except for Lone Star. Tell you what, I'll do half a shot of Kettle, just so you're not.
Hey, look at that! You're punishing yourself, huh? So
as we close
to
out,
huh?
right? Hey, it's the Scarlet Letter kind of thing. I'm a sinner.
See, this is why Sean and I know each other so well. Because he knew to pick out the ones he knew I didn't like.
Oh, for sure. That's also why I grabbed. I knew this was gonna be a sort of self-disciplined kind of episode where that's why I picked stuff that I knew I didn't like any of them, because it wouldn't help to be like, and here's some really nice whiskey, you should pick the whiskey. No. So on top of next week, we'll be live with Voltage Head at the Beery Traveler House, aka Ian's house, doing their CD release party for Unbreakable, their new album. They've got a new drummer, and it's their drummer's birthday. And honestly, the last time they came on, oh gosh, come on, scroll up, Sean, because whose birthday was it? Because he already told us at the start. Thank you, Forrest. Danny. It was because it was Danny's birthday. So we're gonna try to go all out as best we can to both celebrate the birthday and the new album release. So you can find us, of course, live here on Facebook. Now that we have Restream, they're not paying us to say anything, but I do like the software. We'll also be live simultaneously on YouTube and on Twitch. YouTube, Beery Traveler. Twitch will be under me, male_NPC, which is also where you can find me if you'd like to talk to me or ask questions about liquor or booze, except hops.
Not hops.
Or NPC on both Twitter and Instagram. And of course, the Beery Traveler you can find on Facebook /The Beery Traveler, on Patreon /Beery Traveler, where you can support us and see extended episodes and recordings of all of our shows. You can also find us on Instagram, _Beery_Traveler, and on Twitter, _Beery_Traveler. And I think that's it.
That is it. I've got the white lights in my glasses.
See? Oh yeah, I can see your halo light. But you know what? It brings out your face.
Out the white in my eyes. Anyway, we're here for good times and great beers. My name is Ian. This is Sean. We'll be here next week with Voltage Head. I'm excited about that.
We're gonna have fun.
My shot.
Like, share, follow, please.
Yeah,
because that
come
keeps
see
us
us
doing what we do.
This summer we are planning on. What's
Forrest
that?
just posted on. Did I say Unbroken for the album, or did I say it wrong? Forrest just posted on there Unbroken for Voltage Head. If I said the album name wrong,
that's the name of the album.
Okay, I thought I messed it up, but
you probably did.
Unbreakable, maybe is what I said.
Let's take a. Yeah, I think that was. Yeah.
I should not be allowed to do promos at the end of the show.
Yeah, not whatever.
Here's everyone. We'll see you next week.
Real. We'll see you next week, guys. It's been a couple shots in, so
We're
Sorry.
not doing it like this next time.
We'll make
Trivia
it
was
up to
rough.
you.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.